What if I told you that the universe has already written love into your story, but the signs are not what you think? Every love story begins with a question. And today, that question is this: does the universe really send us signs when someone is meant for us? Carl Jung, the great psychologist and philosopher, believed in something called synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that go far beyond chance. You meet someone on a random day in a random place, but the timing feels too perfect. You keep thinking about them, and suddenly you start seeing their name everywhere. A song comes on the radio that echoes the exact words they once said. Is this luck, or is this the universe whispering that you're standing at the edge of destiny? Jung taught us that the unconscious mind is not separate from the world but connected to it. This is why sometimes when a person is meant for you, your inner world and outer world align in mysterious ways. But here's the twist: the universe doesn't shout, it whispers. One story comes to mind. A woman named Rachel once told me about how she met her husband. She was having one of the hardest years of her life: loss, betrayal, disappointment. Yet, in the middle of all this, she kept bumping into the same man at the coffee shop, on the train, even at a friend's birthday party. She laughed and said, "I thought the universe was playing a prank on me." But Jung would say, no, that was synchronicity. The universe doesn't place people randomly. Every meeting carries a message, even if it's not the message you expect. Sometimes the sign isn't that he's your soulmate, but that he's your teacher. So, how do you know the difference? Here's where Jung's teaching gets powerful. He said, the person meant for you doesn't just appear in your life. They awaken something inside you. It's not just attraction, it's recognition. It feels like you've known them before. Maybe in another life, or maybe in the hidden corners of your soul. That deep pull you can't explain, that's not an accident. It's the unconscious mind saying, pay attention. This person carries meaning. But wait, before you assume every coincidence is fate, you need to hear the truth in part 2. Because what Jung reveals next will completely change the way you see love, destiny, and the universe itself. If chapter 1 opened your eyes, what I'm about to share may shake your soul. Carl Jung said something profound. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Think about that. How many times have you said it must be destiny, only to find out later that it was actually your patterns, your wounds, and your hidden desires leading the way? The universe doesn't just send people to love you. Sometimes it sends people to test you, to heal you, to mirror the parts of yourself you've ignored. And this is why Jung believed relationships are not accidents. They are mirrors of the psyche. Here's the real secret. The universe doesn't give you who you want, it gives you who you need. Rachel, the woman I mentioned earlier, didn't marry that man she kept bumping into. Instead, he awakened her courage to walk away from toxic love. She realized he wasn't meant to stay, but he was meant to remind her that love could be safe, gentle, and real. This is what Jung called archetypes, patterns of human behavior that live deep in our unconscious. The people who show up in your life often represent these archetypes. Some are healers, some are tricksters, some are soulmates. The universe uses them all. So how do you know when it's truly destiny? The signs are subtle, but they are powerful. Conversations that feel timeless, as if hours dissolve into minutes. An unexplainable sense of recognition, as though you've met before. A calmness in their presence, not just excitement but safety. Synchronicities that repeat until you can't ignore them. But Jung would warn you, don't chase every sign blindly. The unconscious can trick you into mistaking desire for destiny. Instead, ask yourself, does this connection bring me closer to my true self, or does it pull me away from it? The universe will never send you someone who dims your light. Even if they challenge you, the ultimate purpose will be to awaken you. And yet, there is something deeper, something Jung hinted at that goes beyond signs, beyond synchronicity. It's the hidden truth about why the universe pairs souls together. That's where part 3 takes us. What if I told you that love isn't about finding the perfect person, but about finding the person who awakens the deepest parts of your soul? Carl Jung believed every true relationship is more than attraction, more than timing. It's a sacred contract written in the unconscious long before two people meet. According to Jung, when the universe wants you to be with someone, it doesn't just throw them in front of you. It prepares you for them. Your heart is shaped, your wounds are revealed, and your soul is refined so that when they arrive, you are ready to recognize them. Jung called this process individuation, the journey of becoming whole. And love, real love, is one of the universe's most powerful tools to help us get there. Here's the mind-shifting truth that the universe doesn't send you love to complete you. It sends you love to transform you. Think of it this way. Many people chase the idea of soulmates as if another person will fill their emptiness. But Jung warns us, if you look for someone to fill your gaps, you won't find destiny, you'll find dependency. The one the universe sends is not here to plug the holes in your soul. They are here to show you your own strength, to hold up a mirror, to awaken the parts of you that were sleeping. This is why sometimes when you meet the right person, it doesn't feel like endless fireworks. Instead, it feels like calm recognition, like you've been here before, like you're not beginning something new, but remembering something eternal. But what about the chaos? What about the people who shatter us? This is where Jung's teaching goes deeper. He explained that before you meet the one meant for you, you often meet those who mirror your shadows. These are not mistakes, they're not messengers. They arrive to reveal the wounds you've buried, the patterns you repeat, the fears you deny. And yes, it hurts. But without that pain you wouldn't be ready to receive real love when it finally arrives. Rachel's story is proof of this. Before she met her husband, she went through relationships that tore her apart. One man mirrored her fear of abandonment. Another mirrored her need to be chosen. She thought these were curses, but looking back, she realized they were the universe's way of holding up a mirror to her unconscious. They forced her to face her shadows. They forced her to grow, and when her true partner came, she no longer approached love from desperation. She approached it from strength. So how do you know when the universe has finally sent the one meant for you? Carl Jung would say, look for the union of opposites. He spoke often about ma and animus, the inner masculine and feminine energies that live inside every person. When you meet the one destined for you, it feels like these inner energies recognize themselves in another. It's not about perfection. It's not about them checking every box on your list. It's about resonance. Something in you says, I see myself in you. And yet you also show me the parts of me I could never see on my own. This is why real love feels both familiar and challenging. They bring comfort, but they also bring growth. They love your light, but they don't let you hide your shadows. Here's a secret Jung never said outright, but lived in his philosophy. The universe sends us people who carry keys. Each key unlocks a door within us. Some keys open wounds, some open wisdom, but when it's the right one, the destined one, it feels like they unlock not just a door but the entire house of your soul. Suddenly you are more alive, more aware, more whole. This doesn't mean the relationship is without struggle. In fact, Jung believed struggle is essential because love is not just romance. It is the crucible of transformation. The one meant for you will not let you remain small. They will call you into growth. But what if you haven't met them yet? What if you're still waiting? Then perhaps the signs you're seeing are not about them at all. They are about you. Every coincidence, every name you notice, every repeated dream, every whisper from the universe, it may not be pointing to another person. It may be pointing you inward, preparing you, refining you. Because Jung teaches us the unconscious speaks through symbols, and love is the greatest symbol of all. If you're seeing signs, it might mean that your soul is telling you, get ready, align yourself. The universe is moving, and here's the most powerful truth of all. When the universe truly wants you to be with someone, it will not feel like a chase. It will not feel like begging, forcing, or proving yourself. It will feel like alignment, like rivers meeting the ocean, like the final piece of a puzzle sliding into place, not because you forced it, but because it was always designed to fit. Rachel described it best when she met her husband. She said, it wasn't loud, it wasn't fireworks, it was peace. And that's how I knew, after all the storms, the universe was finally giving me my calm. That is the ultimate sign. Not obsession, not chaos, but peace. And maybe, just maybe, this message finding you right now is not an accident, because Jung believed that even words, even stories, even chance encounters with ideas are signs of synchronicity. If this video has found you, maybe it's the universe whisper that you are on the path. Maybe the one meant for you is closer than you think. So listen to the signs, but most of all listen to your soul. Because when love is meant for you, you won't have to chase it, you'll simply recognize it. If this touched your heart, share it with someone who still believes in love. And subscribe, because this journey of letters to her heart is only beginning. Together, we'll keep uncovering the mysteries of love, destiny, and the soul.